Hello and welcome back to Weyermann's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today we are going to make this cute card quick and easy using the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper, some Misty Moonlight, and some old olive cardstock, as well as stamps from Sparkle of the Season stamp set and the greeting from Art Gallery. So we're using the Happy Birthday greeting from Art Gallery. We've got the leaves and the little seed pods from Sparkle of the Season. And I used, on the sample card, I used Thankful for You from Sparkle of the Season, but I thought I'd make the demo one here with Happy Birthday. And then I used the scatter dots from Gorgeous Leaves. So there's a variety of stamp sets that I'm putting together with this. I'm also using the Tailor to Tag punch to create the notches at the bottom of the centerpiece. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a Misty Moonlight card base, a 5 1/4 by 4 from the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. I cut a piece of white cardstock. I cut it to 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and I'm going to trim the bottom of that. Piece of old olive cardstock that I cut to 2 1/4 by 4, and we'll trim the bottom of that, and then we'll lay these together, and then we'll trim the top because it's way easier to do that and try and trim it afterwards. So it's really quick and simple. What we're going to do is we're going to use the old olive and some leaves, and we're just going to ink up the stamp, come in towards the bottom, turn it around, and come in towards the top. And then we're going to use the Night of Navy to do the Happy Birthday. So we'll just ink that up, and we will lay it down in the middle like that. So there we go. And then everything else is done with the Misty Moonlight. So I'll just move that out of the way. And I just did these little seed pods. I just kind of randomly put them around. And this one you kind of have to rock the stamp a little bit. And normally I don't recommend rocking the stamp, but sometimes because the seed pods are kind of spread out a little bit, if you don't rock the stamp, you don't actually catch all of the seed pod. So just rock it a little bit. You don't need to really rock it so that it touches the sides and you get that halo, but just a little bit. Now, when I did this one, I kind of mocked it up before I stuck everything together, and I did that, and I thought, oh, that's really nice, but it was just a little too plain for me. If you like it nice and open like that, perfect. If you want it a little bit more filled in, then just follow on with this step. I'm using second value with the Misty Moonlight, and I'm just coming in, adding a little bit of the scatter dots, just like that. You can fill in as much or as little as you like. I didn't want to cover up the whole thing and make it really busy. I wanted the greeting to stand out. So that's how I did it. Now, to do the piece at the bottom, I used my tailored tag set or punch, and I just put this in just so that it was even, and the bottom was just right there, and I trimmed it off like that. So now you've got that pennant edge. And when I did the sample, I put everything together, stuck it down, and then I tried to do this piece here. And of course, trying to judge how far away from the other piece was really difficult. So I decided to show you how to do this. I would put this piece in first, punch that piece out, and then I would line this up. And that way too, if you're a little bit off, like I'm just a little bit off here, so I'm just going to come in again and recenter this and punch it again. That way you've got room to correct if you are just a little bit off, and that is much better. So I'm going to use the Stamp and Seal and just adhere this together, and then I'm going to make sure I've got good centering and distance, and I'm going to drop that down. And then I'm going to use my paper trimmer just to trim off the top, just to make it so that it lines up. I'm just going to push everything out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing. I just need to take just a little bit off the top. So I'm just going to line that up and trim it down. And if you decide you need to take a little bit more off, you can. If you can leave it as it is. And I am going to leave it as it is. So we just need to adhere the 5 1/4 by 4. That's the other side of the Beauty of the Earth paper. Isn't that just gorgeous? Can you imagine that with like a silver embossed Merry Christmas on it? That would just be absolutely gorgeous. So let's adhere this to the Misty Moonlight card base, laying it down evenly. And then we take dimensionals, we pop them on here, and we are good to go. So Designer Series paper really makes it quick and easy to do a card. Really, you just need to add a greeting, and everything's done for you. You can, from one sheet of Designer Series paper, you can make 6 cards using a 5 1/4 by 4 like this, or you can cut it up into different shapes and sizes and make a variety of different cards. So you just lay that down so it's centered like that, and there you have it. A happy birthday card made with the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper, the scatter dots from Gorgeous Leaves, the leaves and seed pods from Sparkle of the Season, and the happy birthday from Art Gallery. Thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.